Welcome, Sojourners. You have found yourself a cozy place here at Sojourners Awake. I'm Jonathan, and this is our production of Tabletop Stories, where we tell stories and roll dice. In this special tryout game, we explore the imagination of Carol in an alternate universe where she is a young wizard playing in the world of Bonzaro, one of my own creations. It was an activity of imagination, an exercise of improvisation, and I think everything went really well. We only used one dice, a single d6, to resolve every single conflict within the story. Everything else was improvisation. I think everyone did a wonderful job. But enough of an intro, and so for now, our story continues. An emissary from the governor reported to King Jael that a suspect individual was plotting to overthrow the government. The city is in a quiet uproar. As per usual response, the king has heightened security in and out of the city. Of course, everyone knows the governor simply wants to flush out those who would overthrow his corruption and uses the king's power to contain any rebellion in order not to draw attention to himself. Keeping in mind that at each exit of the city, any suspect travelers will have difficulty exiting if they are wanted for crimes, or even simply trying to leave the city. However, you are desiring to leave the city. And in fact, you are also desiring to take one of your beloved with you. At this dark evening, a ferry master named Amos Cartman offers you a deal to smuggle people out of the city for 100 coin per person. However, you do not have 100 coins to your name, nor do you have another 100 coins to purchase for your beloved as well, but it is imperative you exit the city. Deep in your sadness, you realize that you don't have the money it takes, and you are destined to stay inside the city amidst the crime and the corruption, although you long for a way out. And you hear reports in the tavern, whispers. The Captain Fiercepiercer's wealth has been found. Captain Fiercepiercer? Indeed, his wealth has been found. Deep below the sewers it is. The sewers, you say? That's home of the Great White. The Great White is just a myth. Well, at least there's goblins down there. Goblins, you say? There's no such thing as goblins, not here in the cities anyway, not since the Emancipation. Yes, believe what you may though, but I've heard on good accord that Captain Fiercepiercer's wealth has been found deep below the city in the sewers. How much is it, you say? Could be 500 coin, 5,000, maybe 500,000 if you're lucky. Truth is, anyone who does find it is sure to find their own weight in gold. Carol, as you sit there in the tavern that night, I would ask, how do you appear, and what would we notice about you sitting there? Take the narrative.
I'm new at this job, but I've learned a lot. I know if you keep your head, things will come to you in the moment. So I'll pull my cloak around me quietly and wait for more information to come out. I need to find out where in these tunnels might a person most quietly enter and find this Pierce Master with all the gold. I still need to listen.
As you listen, Carol, someone walks through the door. Holly, if you would describe your character.
An old woman approaches with a cloak and a limp and a cane, walks towards you, looks you up and down, and says, "What are you doing in my domain?" I know everybody here, and I've never seen you before. Tell me, what brings you here?
I see you are a wise one. I'm new at this myself, but I was looking to see who was the wise one in the area, but you've already found me out.
What is it that you seek? Nobody would come here unless they want something.
That's a good question for both of us, don't you think? What brings you here?
What brings me here? As I've said, this is my domain. I know everything that happens here.
Your
It is
domain.
not for me to answer these questions.
Your domain. I see that. Your domain. There's nothing here that escapes your attention or knowledge, yes?
Again, you are asking me questions, and I do not answer questions.
How else would I learn from a wizard?
You are a wizard, and you are someplace you do not belong, yet you have the audacity to question me.
I see you are wiser than you let on because you've already detected that I'm a studied wizard, but I am young in my craft. So I bow to you for your knowledge of the domain.
That is quite wise. Follow me.
At that point, the barmaid comes up to you, Carol. Excuse me, ma'am. Will that be all?
Yes. Can I pay my tab?
Yes, please. And she holds her palm up. As she holds her palm up, she has written upon her palm, "Be careful of that woman. I hear that she is a witch, and she practices forbidden magic." Well, that's a lot to have written on your hand, but...
Game Master, I'm sure she used runes that we can all interpret.
Yes.
I see I've been warned, but nobody's warned me about the warner, and I wonder why she would come to me, a perfect stranger, to share that with me. I'll be on my guard, but actually, no one here is completely safe. And I am a young wizard, and I've been and trained in many things. I think I'll trust my training and see what happens next.
Okay. Carol, you are going to roll the first dice roll. Are you accurate? Is the question. Are you accurate in trusting your training and going with this old crone?
Oh.
Okay.
No, it's a 4.
That is a no but.
No, but. No. I'm not accurate trusting this old crone. But I think I'll still follow her anyway.
You pay your tab, and the two of you exit the Rusty Spoon Tavern, heading towards the sewers in which you can enter into the underbelly of the city to find the wealth of Captain Fierce Piercer. As the two of you walk along... Carol, oh, yes, please. What is your character's name?
Who? Me?
Mm-hmm.
Rowena. Mine? Game Master, you want my name?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It seems as if the old crone is asking you a question.
My name is Rowena.
Rowena, are you far from home?
It's hard to answer that. Can you have my name now? Can I have yours?
I will consent to tell you my name is Junius.
Junius. I am Junius. All right. I'll mark that you are Junius. Am I far from home? I'm nearabouts here. I'm familiar with this area, so I guess you can call it home.
So, Rowena, this is a very dangerous part of town. Some might say even forbidding. And I'm wondering if maybe you've lived a life far from the squalor. If maybe you are here and the alarms are sounding, quick, run!
Yes, in fact, at that point, running towards you are two bandits, arms full of sacks of gold, and both of them smack into you. Gold just splatters all over the ground. It looks about like 25 gold. They are armed with short swords, and both of them are bloodthirsty. And once they see that you are a wizard and an old woman that can be taken advantage of in this time, they start to loot you. They say, "Give us all your money! How dare you knock us over!" They are aiming to attack you. Rowena, how do you respond?
I think my best approach is to get them mad at each other. I'll never win this one. Sir, I don't believe I knocked you over. I see that he tripped you.
Okay. Do you think Rowena is a charming, charismatic person, or is she more a little dense socially?
Game Master, who are you addressing that to?
It's Carol.
Genius.
Here's what we'll do. We'll say she's got a little bit of charm to her. I want you to roll 2 6 dice. Roll twice, and you can take the better result. Are you able to convince them to turn against each other? That's the question.
Oh.
Okay. So you're going for a lower number.
There's 1
Okay.
and 6.
Okay, so you'd like to take the 1? So yes and.
Yes.
And anyone can jump in at this point. So yeah, yes and is the answer.
Magic, man. Magic, you're a wizard. Cast a spell on those bad boys.
I forgot a moment my training. I said I would trust it. So I'll cast a spell of paranoia on each other, and they are now attacking each other. And all they can see is you have been, this is Gollum revisited. They are attacking each other, and they're completely, oh my gosh, the spell's working because they are so absorbed in each other. I'm scooping up gold coins and putting them into my purse now. And because I have a cloak, I'm going to pull that over and slide away in the corners of this dark passage.
Indeed, Rowena, as they fight back and forth, bickering against each other, they turn and instead of like stabbing, they just grapple each other, throats, squeezing each other's throats in a complete tussle. Junius, you see that Rowena did successfully cast this spell of paranoia as she gathers up 28 coins in your pocket, Rowena. Junius, I would like to know how you responded in this little time. Meanwhile, a pair of eyes are peeking out beneath the sewer grate.
I see that you are a formidable wizard with great wisdom. To think, to turn them against each other. I think you'll do nicely. Now look, we are joined.
I think to myself, is this favor coming my way? Let's wait and see.
The two of you walk towards the sewer grate. In a small alleyway, there's a couple of rats catchers sleeping through the night, a large dumpster in which a child rests and scurries through the garbage. You hear the snorings of an old drunkard wasting away in his sorrows and his beer. The sewer grate lies before you. It appears, at this point, very standard, yet this was the information you heard in the tavern. As you look to the left and right, besides the usual residents of this alleyway, you see no one. And I would ask now, Rowena and Junius, what do you pay attention to during this time?
The lights are flickering. The flames are all flowing through the wind. The pair of eyes in the sewer grate get brighter and brighter.
Hey, you two. Come on, hurry. The alarms are going off. Get in here.
Who's that? Junius, who is that?
And what,
Get in here, quick. They're coming.
and what would they see, Rhonda?
They would see peering up through the grate, a female face with long, dark green hair that's wet, and pale green skin that's sort of a blue-green kind of thing going on. And yes, eyes are very, very bright, very, very bright, very silvery blue.
Don't have many other options. This is a creature of the sewer we haven't heard about before. I do have my magic. Junius, what do you think?
I hear the sound of hoofbeats. The King's Guard will be upon us shortly. This is our best option. Quick, into the sewer.
You have 1 round to get into the sewer, along with the sound of hoofbeats as the guards are patrolling the area for whoever stole from these poor bandits. There are 2 fairies that are flickering in the torchlights of the city. They are giggling and creating all sorts of tricks, and they want to steal something from you. So, Rowena, you are first. Tell me what your move is.
I wonder if I can use my magic to create something to distract them. Yeah, jewels. I'll create jewels. Some glitter, bling. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Is your magic successful? Go ahead and ask the Oracle. Is your magic successful?
Okay. It's a 3.
That is a yes, but. You indeed create all these wonderful jewels, like a beautiful pearl necklace on your chest, and the fairies go to dive into it. But when
I toss it off me, then let them scramble for it.
Yes, it is successful, but there is. I'm gonna roll my random table. There is a penalty. What is that penalty?
Game Master, I don't know.
I mean, Junius is doing great here, so I'm going to say the penalty is one of the fairies has a little bitty dagger and she slashes at your chest, leaving a little bitty scrape, and blood is now dripping.
Rowena, heal yourself. These are the pixies. They have poison daggers. Quickly, do something.
Okay. I have a wand, and I'm going to just sear this closed.
And know that, if you choose to do so, the hoofbeats are already arriving. Junius, you have an opportunity to do something in this split-second moment, though, right before the hoofbeats arrive.
I quickly grab the sewer gate and push Rowena down into the sewer, jump after her, and pull the gate over us.
Well done. Can you do it in time? Junius, I'm going to roll for you, okay? Can you do it in time? And now, you know what? I'm going to give Rhonda, if you would just tell me your character's name, if you don't mind.
Splash.
Love it. All right, Splash. Splash, you also have the opportunity to contribute to this scene. How would you do so?
I would reach up and say, "You people are slow. God, both feet, don't get off them." And just drag her through the grate as hard as I can.
Good. I'm going to roll 2d6 and let us take the higher number. Are you able to get into the grate in time before the guards arrive? Now that is a 2, a straight yes. Because of Splash's success, it's brought you from a 5, which is a straight no, to a 2. Splash literally splashes into the sewer grate, the sewer below, Junius on top of her, and then Rowena on top of Junius, and you are in the dark. You hear the guards above. There's no one here but residents and vagabonds. Let us continue going. Oh, bloomin' fairies. Have to exterminate them later. The fairies giggle and fly away, clutching their illusionary pearls. Rowena, you feel the drop of blood is still upon your chest. In the darkness, Splash, how do you respond?
Oh, man. Y'all are so sloppy. Golly, you don't even talk to fairies. All you do, you just leave them. They're such douchebags anyway. And she reaches down she goes over to the where the sewer runs, because there's like a walkway, the big curved tunnel with the stone, and there's a walkway next to it, and then there's the actual sewer that's running through the town. And she reaches over and she grabs up some muck off the side of the sewer wall, and she rubs it between her fingers for just a second, and she goes, "Yeah, come here," and she dabs it right there on your chest, right in the center right on the wings. That'll suck the poison. When that dries, peel it off really, really carefully, but don't do it until it dries because it's got to pull all the poison out first. Okay, if you pull it too soon, you'll just get sick. All right, so just let it. I know it's not pretty or anything, and it'll itch like crazy. Just wait, and when it's done, you just take your thumbnail and just pop it off. It'll be fine.
All right then.
Rowena, this sounds like voodoo witch doctor magic. I want to know if your body can handle it. This is definitely not traditional medicine. This is like good old fashioned
Store nymph magic.
Yes.
She's a store nymph.
It's grandma's solution.
Yeah, this is grandma's solution. But Rowena, you're a fancy city gal. So if you would please, let's ask the question: can you tolerate this medicine?
5. No.
Straight no. Rowena, you become sick and poisoned. Junius.
I reach into my cloak and I pull out a small potion bottle and I put it to Rowena's lips and I say, Rowena, drink this. And it is an antidote. And you must drink it now.
Yeah, you probably want to do
Somebody
that.
has to roll, right?
Well, here we go. Rowena, you know that, especially studying in the high towers of magic, someone like Junius is known, or at least it is reported, that she beseeches the dark gods in order to practice her magic. For what she practices is not legal according to the government. I'll leave it to your character whether or not you believe this.
I'm going to say no, Junius. I will say no. Because I'm thinking I don't know what other things come along with this cure. But you still have the poison to deal with. That didn't work. I guess I'm at that thinking spot. What choice do I have?
You start to feel itchiness and burning around your chest where the muck is.
That is not the muck. All right, that is not me. That is not your. No, all right. For whatever, you're too cityfied or something. I don't know what you're. Take the cure.
It makes me wonder if thought is part of this cure, because I actually have a lot of confidence in this particular cure, and I'm not so sure about Junius's. And so I think I would rather use my power of the mind and believe in this cure, and I do have that power. Game Master.
There you go.
So mind over matter?
Yes, Game Master.
Okay, fantastic. So you will be you will be spending the next hour just focusing your mind on reducing the poison, just not even believing in this hocus pocus that you've been taught as a kid. It's just not true. Nevertheless, you are in the darkness of these sewers, and you know you are looking for at least 200 coin to exit the city. How do you proceed?
Well, Junius is with me, and I've got Splash. In the sewer, there's only one direction in the sewer. Forward. And what other things do I remember from that tavern talk about this? Game Master, what was the name of that thing? Spike something? Other thing?
The Great White.
The Great White? The Great White. Okay. Well, I'll keep moving forward. I have 28. Let's make that grow.
You have 28 coin. Yes, indeed. As the three of you walk through the sewers, it becomes incredibly dark. You cannot see.
Splash is still with us.
Splash, I think, can see, but Rowena and Junius probably can't.
Game Master, I have dark vision.
Yeah, no dark vision. No dark vision allowed. You just have very heightened senses. Oh, don't get me started.
Which dark vision? I don't know.
No dark.
Junius pulls a flint from her cape and strikes a rock and lights some of the very few remaining pieces of straw that she carries with her.
As you do,
And then-
Junius. Go ahead.
And then lights an oily rag on a piece of iron to make a torch to walk through the sewers.
Junius, as you light this torch, the sewer becomes illuminated. You look around and hear the scurrying of feet going towards a left channel. There is also a right channel. Otherwise, this is a T-bone dead end. How do you proceed?
Splash, is this your territory?
Oh, yeah.
What's on both sides?
More sewer. I mean, and other places that you can come up from the sewers. And some of the places are good. Some of the places are nasty. Some of the places won't let me in anymore. But most of them are, it's just places that you can come up. What you looking for?
Welcome, Sojourners. This is Jonathan behind the screen. You might be interested in hearing about what kind of game are we playing. It's a very simple game. You might call it Dungeons & Dragons, but really, we're just taking a d6 dice, a 6-sided dice, and we're rolling on outcomes. So every time I present a conflict, the player will then roll the dice and interpret the dice results as an answer to the question. In this case, it's the Oracle. 1, yes and. 2, yes. 3, yes but. 4, no but. 5, no. And 6, no and. This is a simple improvisational way for the game master and the players to create the story together. You'll find that we use this, and it was quite successful, in my opinion. It's a simple way to get people started playing tabletop role-playing games using their improvisational and imagination. Well, enough of that. Back to the story.
We're looking for a person. A being, I guess. Are you
Person?
the only one down here?
Oh, no, there's lots of us down here.
Lots
Under
of
the water.
us. What? Like you or different?
I mean, there's plenty of them like me. Well, nobody's like me, of course, but yeah, most everybody is under the water all the time. But I like the above the water stuff too. And so I try to find people to hang out with sometimes. Hey guys.
I think we should go left where we follow the sound of the feet. I think we should go that way.
Yeah, the rats usually knows where there's something good to pick over at least.
It's true, they're not going to go to nothing. So could be a body, could be food, could be
Well, somebody's going to throw down the grate. That's just the truth. You find the most crazy things down here.
Okay, left it is.
All right, you go towards the left, and indeed, it is a swarm of rats. Actually rolled on that too. You see a swarm of rats huddled around something, a pile of something, and there are about 20 rats just scurrying and tearing into something, nibbling and gnawing, and the gnawing thing the thing that is being gnawed starts to twitch and move. It blocks your path. How do you respond?
I could change my mind and go the other way. Can't I?
Tell me what you do.
I turn around and go the other way. 20 rats is a lot to deal with.
Hey, wait a minute. We can't. Hey, get off of him. You pigeons without wings. Get off. Get off.
Splash.
Flash takes her hand and she does this, and a wave of water washes up out of the sewer and across the thing and knocks away some of the rats.
Okay, below that turnaround order, we're going to keep going. Splash is such an asset in these tight spots.
Splash. Roll your d6, or do you have one? Yeah.
Oh. I have so many, it's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, you know what? Roll 3 and take the best result.
It's okay, I got a 1 anyway.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, you do. You splash the rats, and they just go scurrying. Oh my God, Splash, run away! Yo, she likes to eat us. The rats run away, and you see that there's an old dwarf who's got his arm nibbled off, and he's holding it, and he looks really sick. He's like, oh, Splash!
They ate your arm off?
Didn't eat my arm off. I've always lost my arm. They were just nibbling at the stump.
Oh,
And you recognize your friend Stump.
God, how many times have I told you you got to put some cream on the end of that stump? It attracts things.
What?
Horrible.
I did put the cream on it, and he holds up a can of Cheese Whiz.
Quit mixing up the cheese whiz and the cream, okay?
Oh man, that explains a lot. Those crackers tasted bad.
Well, the inside of your stomach won't have any loose skin. That's the upside.
He turns over. Yeah, he turns over and hurls at that moment. Ugh. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, you got any bandages? Or you got any of that muck? That stuff's real good.
I've always got muck. It goes down.
Give me some of that muck. Give me some of that muck, Splash."
A cup of muck.
I knew it.
Hold it up.
I absolutely knew I should trust the muck. Yeah, this is going to work.
He looks around and says, "Oh, well, hey, you got some new friends, Splash. Or or are they for pats his belly?"
No, they're friends.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Let me put it this way: there were some yahoos upstairs running around, and then those yahoos started to getting all threatening and stuff. And this one turned them against each other, and I saw the whole thing, and I was like, "Oh yes, that is."
Oh yeah.
That is exactly what we need.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
They came down here. Hey, and this other one here, I don't know what her name is, but she has like some crafty stuff. She make a torch and everything.
Oh,
so
wait. He looks at you, Junius. You recognize him as a man who owes you a great debt. Yeah. Oh. Hello, Miss Junius. I did not expect to see you. It's a little early in the month, isn't it?
Stumpy, you have 3 days to come up with the money.
Please, look,
So I'm going to pretend that this did not happen. You get it together, mister.
Look, I just lost my arm. Just today.
You are not going to try that with me. You've been carrying that arm around with you for 10 years. I'm not falling for it.
She ate it. He points to Splash.
I did not.
Look, Junius. Look, I promise I could pay the money. Look. I ran into a real good deal. I have found the place where Captain Fierce Piercer left his wealth. I promise you, it's true. I got the what's it called? The intel from a mobster who works for the Great White, and I'm on my way to get it right now. Oh, you believe me? I'm gonna pay you back 100-fold. Don't worry.
Oh.
I do not listen to words. You get what I am entitled to, or you and I will have a very different conversation 3 days hence.
Please don't turn me into a toad.
Yeah, you probably should.
You stop giving people the wrong idea. People are saying such bad things about me. People are not trusting me when I give them medicine. I'm starting to get a little bit perturbed over all of this. Now, Rowena here is looking for the Great White as well.
Nope.
So you come with us, because I don't trust a word that's coming out of your mouth, and you help find this person for Rowena. And Splash, you keep an eye on him in case he tries to jump in the sewer again.
Okay.
Point of clarification. You're looking for the Great White, the head honcho, the mobster, the criminal underlord?
Well, actually, we're not looking for him. We just want what he's got.
Huh. Well, I mean, no offense, but you don't look like exactly the kind of lady that would be tramping around the sewers. Now, Splash, on the other hand, I mean, she kind of looks like she belongs here, if you know what I mean. And Junius, and he just stops and stares at you, Junius. I mean, goes back to Rena. You just don't look like the kind of gal to be tramping around the sewer. The mobster's definitely going to get suspicious if you come. You might need to come up with a story as we get closer. But it's just half a day's walk that way. We can make it in double time if we move along.
Do you trust him, Rowena?
No, of course I don't trust him. But what have we got for leverage with him?
Rowena, you reach into your pockets, something that you had grabbed earlier. A pouch of fishbone runes. These are illegal, according to the governmental magic. But you got a hold of them somehow in a tower fishbone runes.
Fishbone. Game Master, what do I need to know about fishbone runes?
These are typically used by witches and warlocks, ways to appease the dark gods. They require destruction of the item in order to cast spells that are not completely sanctioned by government authorities.
What wizard school did I go to?
You went to the high university, the proper one, where you write down your spells in spell books and scrolls, just like a good wizard should. Not like some witch who burns rat tails and hands you potions. Oh no.
I take offense at that, Game Master.
Fishbone ruins. Game Master, I don't even know how to use these.
You know that Junius would.
I was
Probably.
thinking that was the next thing. Like, Eunice, would you find any use for these? Because now suddenly I'm washing my hands of them and turning them over to her.
Junius, you see these fishbone runes, you know there's plenty of, these are basically, these are basically tools in which you cast your spells.
As a matter of fact, I have a better idea. And I reach into my cloak and I pull out a big dog collar with spikes and a leash. And I quickly put it around Stump's neck. And I say, "You're coming with us, sir. Don't try any funny business."
Sorry.
Is this like a premonition of things to come if I don't pay you back?
I will leave that to your imagination.
Should I walk behind you or in front of you?
To the side is fine.
To the side? Okay. The dwarf then puts on the collar very obediently, terrified of your reputation, and walks alongside you.
Rowena, this is your quest. What would you like to do next?
Well, it seems like you have him in a good spot. Let's let him lead because he's literally on a short leash.
Always this way. As you move through the sewers.
Splash. Hold on, Game Master. Splash looks a little perplexed. What's on your mind?
Stumpy, did you say you found Jasper's treasure?
Captain Fierce Piercer, I didn't see it, but everyone knows down here. They're all looking for it. The Great White, he's sitting on it practically, but it's a lot there, and it's in a layer and everything. But Great White hasn't touched it yet.
Knowing Jasper, I don't blame him. Yeah, we should probably go get that.
You call him by his first name?
Yeah.
He looks at you suspiciously like you're lying about the name. You don't know his name.
Yeah.
Where did you learn it?
From him, dummy.
You taught... Since when... You're barely wearing anything. How do you do in dealings with the Great White?
Because I'm not even barely wearing anything. That's how. Gosh, don't be dense.
Oh,
Stick entertains down there.
well, he starts to fluster and blubber and he scratches his head, wondering like if
Granted, I'm half covered in rat shit now, okay? But I clean up good.
he then kind of scratches his head and says, "Was that Splash?" As you move through the sewers, guided by the light of Junius, guided also by Stump, as he moves through the sewers.
I call it owing his rent. I think Stump ends up in these kind of spots a lot.
I think he lost that arm.
And he just cons everybody holding on to the same arm.
Yeah,
Holding on
that's
to
an interesting way of how he described how he kind of, sort of, actually, maybe I've heard about, but I know what it looks like from how I've heard it described. So, oh, well, let's keep going.
Right around the corner, you approach the flickering light. You hear the murmur of guards. Stump then hushes in a whisper and says, just right around the corner, that's the entrance into the Great White's lair. There's guards out there and everything. I'll leave it up to you how you want to just... He looks incredulously. Just walk on in? This is your gig. But, rumor has it the treasure is somewhere inside his domain. Splash, you would know, as you've been there before, you have... The Great White's Lair is a series of, like, abandoned sewer channels and hollowed out caverns deep within the earth, making pockets of somewhat of a little underground city. Mad Max style barter and trade and black market sales. Definitely places where you could buy fishbone ruins. But first, as we build this scene together, I would like to know what each character is paying attention to, allowing the scene to unfold as we see the world through your eyes. Splash, if you would go first, followed by Junius, and closing out with Rowena.
Splash is paying attention to the people. Who does she see where? Does she recognize people? Any new faces? How well does she know the guards and all that kind of good stuff?
Yeah, at this point you see two guards with scraggly black beards, look like young men who have been left to too few meals. Do you recognize one of them by chance? No. They appear as guards you've not seen before, but that's not uncommon. Most of these jobs are back and forth. The Great White likes to keep his mobsters not in the same position at all times. This is not uncommon. Junius.
I am looking at their clothing for any bumps that could be weapons.
Oh, indeed. You see right off the bat, they are armed with simple short swords, nothing too fancy, and there are two torches on sconces on the walls behind them. And Rowena.
I'm also looking at the walls to see any evidence of secret entrances.
Is there a secret entrance? Junius, as you peer through shadow, you look for rat holes and places where stones have been gently removed. I will roll and ask the oracle, is this what you see? That is a no, but anyone's game. No, you do not see a secret entrance, but you see a additional problem besides a secret entrance and two guards. What is it?
I see spies.
Yeah,
I see
indeed.
the Great White spies.
You quickly push your back up to the wall and you see an old man. You've seen before, a balding pate. He's pushing a cart, and instantly you recognize underneath his hermit clothing, he's wearing a shiny, glistening robe. You recognize him as one of the fairy magic users, also outlawed by the government. But the fact that this proud elf is down here selling trinkets and paraphernalia and drugs and toxins is very out of place. Rowena, what is she paying attention to?
Okay. Well, I'm watching my companions as what are their strengths? What do they know? I'm still a young wizard, and I've got someone dear to me at stake. So I'm kind of watching me inside. And this spy here, I'm watching Junia spotting things, watching her watch for things. I wonder when these guards change. I wonder if there's a timing, like is there going to be a change of the guards? That's what I'm wondering about, the timing of all this. That's all I'm watching right now.
Go ahead and roll, Rowena, just a simple d6. Will the guards change soon?
Okay. Yes, but.
Yes, they will. But they add additional guards. They do change at this point, but now there's 3, and one of them is a very rotund half-orc ogre, kind of an ogre of a man, overlarge ears, pimply green skin, hair growing in strange places like on top of his shoulder or the bottoms of his hands. And he's got a large club, and he just they look and they kind of back away from him because he stinks horribly. You can tell they're holding their noses, and he does take no mind. And he's also drinking a horribly strong draught of some kind of liquor. Each of you has the scene. I'd like to know how you proceed.
So this is Rowena's game. This is Carol's game. So I would like Carol to have an opportunity to speak more often.
All I've got is magic. All I've got is my wizardry. I need some kind of distraction. So we need a distraction, but once we get, even if the guards are away, how am I going to get through that gate? I'm not sure about that. Game Master, does my magic include any kind of like destructive weapons?
Absolutely. You've been trained to protect the government.
Oh, well, it's time for a well-placed bomb. Can I have a bomb? Why not?
Yes, you may, but before you cast it, I'd like you to describe in detail what this magic looks like. How does Rowena cast it?
I think with my spell, the spells I've learned in the book, but I haven't practiced this one, but I haven't used it very often, but I just would like to have a really big blast at the door and break it open so we can run through. I can do that.
I'm curious, is Rowena consulting or notifying her sojourners, or is she just going for it?
Oh, no, now Rowena's going to consult. Okay. I know I can. I'm pretty sure I can do this one. I'm pretty sure I can create a blast. Are you with me for running through the gate once we clear the guards with a blast and break the grate open? Are you with me?
No.
I
Oh,
look at my
calendar. Splash, this is the end for you?
You don't need to blow the doors open. Oh my gosh, everybody in town will come running.
Oh, that's a good point.
And trust me, Blowfart is not the one that you want to be blowing anything up in front of, okay? Because he is so tough, he'd just take it. He'd just stand there and take it.
Oh,
He's gonna be hard to take down. Oh man, you said you do magic?
yeah, it's what I was trained in.
Just disguises. Can you do that? Can you do disguises?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that. Yeah, I definitely can do that.
Okay. Here. Everybody. Okay, I got it. And she takes it and she does that whole Loki kind of thing. And when she does, her appearance transforms and she's no longer covered in sewer water and little bits of probably poo. Instead,
She's seductive.
she's all slickered up and she's looking fabulous. And she splashed the courtesan now. The showgirl. And she said, just glam it up like this. We'll leave Stumpy on a rope because that's just hilarious. Okay. And we'll just have fun. I mean, this crowd loves a show.
Okay, that's yours, Junius.
I am disguised as one of the guards, escorting Splash.
Works for
Oh,
me. And hauling Stumpy about. That's great.
okay. Well, I need something. Courtesan, one of the guards. I'm an officer.
Like a government officer? Town guard?
No, I'm somebody new reporting to, what's his name, the big guy.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
on the take. She's
Yeah.
dressed as a government official on the take.
There's lots
She's
of
in his pocket, or at least that's what it looks
That's
like.
right. I'm the one inside for the I'm close to him, but I'm the one that's in the inside on the outside.
Are y'all okay with a little flirting?
Oh yeah, I'm down with that.
You good? Okay. Junius, are you female?
Yes.
Okay. And Rowena, did you stay female?
I think it'd be better if I was a guy.
Okay. All right. What I would like to know, Rowena, in the silence of the darkness in the sewer, with concentration and your friends surrounding you, you're able to cast this spell without any problem or complication. However, you know that there is a timer on the spell's effects.
Ooh.
So, in secret, I'm going to roll a timer as to how long the spell lasts. Okay, I have my number.
Okay.
Writing it down.
The spell is that I'm fully mobile. I no longer have a limp.
Nice. Wonderful.
And I can run.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
take anyway. So
You are all in your form. Rowena as a de facto town guard with an important message. Junius as a female mobster criminal leading Stumpy. And Splash, you might be even recognized as you are now Splash the courtesan. Yeah. Are you? They don't recognize.
they better.
They better. Okay.
I didn't play 3 shows last week not to be recognized.
Gosh. Well, I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, so I think as you walk in, Splash, you definitely make a splash into the scene. When you walk in, Blowfart kind of like looks at you and then like lets one rip really bad. And while the two men are admiring everyone's appearance, including Junius, and everyone's just like, whoa, hold on, like this just got really exciting. Blowfart actually farts one out really bad, and the two guards just start retching in the corner, trying to maintain their composure in front of these beautiful women. And Stumpy is getting dragged along and kind of enjoying the scene, but he keeps getting distracted by Splash's appearance. And he's just like, yeah, it was definitely Splash. Oh my gosh. And he's just shaking his head. Rowena, you can see that Blowfart is definitely on the guard. He's not really like too much swayed by this. He's having a little bit more of a fun time with this, but the two guards are definitely distracted. And the elf doesn't seem phased at all. He continues to move towards the grate. In fact, he kind of picks up his pace a little bit. How do you proceed?
Is the elf? Yeah, the spy?
So the elf is the one you recognize. Yeah, the elf is the spy. Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
he's pushing the cart.
Yeah.
I have to persuade him that I'm actually the spy on the outside. Yeah.
Right now the door is very much cleared, with the exception of Blowfart. But it's almost like that moment where you're both trying to get in line at the same time to see who you can, like, if you can gain leverage over each other. So the elf is quickening his pace, trying to get into the gate, while Blowfart is paying attention to everyone else. So the elf seems to be using this as a distraction as well.
Are we all going to make it in? Are we all going to get through the gate? I think we need all of us. I'd rather come with you all.
What do you do? Tell me what you do. Describe it to me.
What kind? Let's see. Something that impresses Blowfart so he stands aside. You're not. No.
Stinky cheese, which I just happen to have in my cloak because I'm basically Batman.
How do you proceed, Junius? Blowfart sees you walking towards him. Stop right there!
My man Blowfart, I have heard that stinky cheese is your jam. I have to have them here for you.
He reaches into his toenail and says, "You need jam?"
No, you can enjoy the jam with this cheese that I brought for you. If you like.
He like slaps himself in the face. Whoa, wait. Who are you? What do you want? And then he looks very suspiciously at Rowena, who looks like a government official. And who is he?
Don't worry about him. He's with me.
You have appointment?
Of course. Anytime I want.
He asks for some identification, some sort of promissory note, but you can tell that the drool is starting to like seep around his lips. He's tempted to take this bribe, but definitely not without abandoning his post so easily. He's looking for some kind of proof that you have an appointment with the Great White.
I reach over and I show him my bracelet, which is basically free admission to come and see the big boss.
So will this work? I'm going to roll 2d6 because you're offering the stinky cheese as a way of advantage. So I'm going to take the better number. Does he let you pass without incident? And that's a 5 and a 2, which means a straight yes.
Let's take the straight yes.
He just takes the cheese and says, bracelet looks good. And he just like steps aside knocking over
we
one of
all-
the guards. The elf takes advantage of this and moves into the grate as well. You are now inside the city. You hear bustling and you hear voices. You hear animals calling out. Someone's butchering a pig in the corner. Every story comes to an ending, so for now, we must conclude. Thank you for listening, Sojourners. Your attention will not go unrewarded, and we look forward to continuing this adventure in part 2. So stay tuned. Background music and ambiance provided by Tabletop Audio. Find them at www.tabletopaudio.com. And a special thanks to all our wonderful guests, and a special thanks to our wonderful cast of characters as part of this exercise. Congratulations, Carol. I think you did a wonderful job. However you choose to sojourn with us today, as always, may your story continue.